And good evening, Eagle fans, and welcome out to Brocato's on a Wednesday night. It is time for the Eagles Nest Coaches Show. I am Doug Gann alongside of Robert Anderson, and of course, head coach David Perkins in the house. And Coach, welcome.
Glad to be here. You know, we got a good crowd out here tonight. Every time when you get some football players up in here, you're going to have a crowd.
Look, it is a tremendous night. It is junior high night up here, too. I know that's real big for you guys on there, too. So before we dive off into the game, let's talk about that a little bit and how important that junior high part is here.
Absolutely. You know, I don't know if a lot of people know this around the state, but we are a 7 through 12.
Yep.
So our junior high is on our campus. You know, we offer a lot of sports, you know, academically, obviously, but right now they just finished their football season and they had a great year, and you'll hear some things in a little while from them. They'll have all their coaches and players up here, but the junior high is very, very important to our program. Once we can get those kids down in the 7th and 8th grade, kind of see what we do up in the high school. Right now I've got some of the junior high practicing with us so they can kind of get a feel for how we do things and what we do, the system that we use, get used to some of the coaches. So, you know, when they come in next year, those 8th graders, they'll be ready. But, you know, I've been having some of the 7th graders come out there also, you know, and some of our guys kind of take care of them. Whenever we get in our endo groups, they're able to get in there with some individual work. So it's going to work out for us, and they have fun doing it.
Look, the longer you're in this system, the better. The more that you go, that when you get there, you're a freshman or sophomore. When you've only had your first year of it, you've had a couple of years exposure to it. So that certainly always helps out. You see that with feeder programs that are off campus that are running that same thing, but it's good to have it right there in-house. Of course, it's Future Eagles Night coming up this Friday night, so Mr. Gatlin is going to be in a little while, and he's going to talk about that. We'll let him finish off those chicken strips that he's
You see that line out there, huh?
And look, I told him it's like his chicken fried steak night here or beef or smothered pork chop Thursday is what it is when the line's out the door the entire time. But a big thanks out to our friends here at Brocato's, breakfast and lunch and catering, and of course 3 Potato More that come together and help put this show on, and so we're very grateful to them as well. So that explains the big crowd that we have out there tonight.
Absolutely, you know, and they always show up and support. You know, we have a great community at Holy Saving Menard. If you ever show up to any of the football, basketball, whatever sport it may be, whatever season, you can see the support we get from these guys.
Look, indeed it is. Robert Anderson joins us here. Robert, big game this past Friday night. Didn't go like the Eagles wanted, but tell me about the call on it.
Well, you know, we started out, we had to make do with what we had, you know, as far as setting up in the bleachers.
Or in the pickup trucks. I know what I had to do that a few years ago.
Yeah, so, you know, we did the best we could, and, you know, we knew we were going to run into a very talented, you know, very talented Vols team, you know, including that number 20 that, you know, transferred in from Bunky. And he was pretty good. And they had a couple of, you know, number 52, the linebacker and the left tackle was pretty solid as well. So, you know, we had our hands full Friday night.
Absolutely, and we knew going in it was going to be a handful, you know, especially being on the road, a district game. The last couple of years, us and the Vols have played really close games. You know, the last 2 years we've gotten them, but, you know, one year by 6, the other year by 7, you know, and they get us here by 8. You know, it was a kind of a strange night, a lot of wild plays, you know, a lot of, you know, a little bit of home cooking going on, a little bit of that. You just got a whole bunch of things happening. But we knew it was going to be a tough game. You know, you're right, number 20 makes them really, really good. But you go look at the rankings right now. I think they're number 6 in the state. They got one of the best power ratings because their strength of schedule is really good. So, you know, they did lose their first 3 games, but they were, you know, that had no implication on us going into that game thinking it was going to be easy. So we knew it was going to be tough, and, you know, hey, we just lost. We had a chance at the end maybe to tie it up, but, you know, we go on to Kinder now.
That's right.
Look, that's the thing that you do. You just have to flush those games, because if you let it, and we've talked about this throughout the season, wins or losses, you have to get rid of them, because there's another game that's going to be here Friday night, and, well, this is kind of a big one too. And everyone seems like a big one, but Kinder looming there, they're one of the top teams in the state.
Sure, you know, and these games come and go so quick, you know, going into week 8 right now. But you're right. You know, we've got to look at it this way. You know, Kinder is coming in here as one of the best teams in the state. I think they're number 6 or 5, something like that. But a win for the Eagles would put us back in the hunt for the district championship, because obviously it would have to be a tie. But Vols and Kinder still haven't played, so if we can go beat Kinder, and try to create a three-way tie if Kinder would beat Avoyelles after we beat Kinder, if that would happen. I ain't saying we beat Kinder, but it's going to be a tall task. They're a great team. They're well coached. They adjust well to things that we may throw at them. Last year they got us pretty good at their place, but we're playing at the Eagles Nest, and we hope to put up a good some competition for them.
So a lot of the stories that I have when it comes to sharing Menard stories are related to softball, because we covered that. And I do believe that softball team, on their way to going and winning a state championship, went over and beat a pretty good Kinder team with their Division I pitcher too. So I'm just saying, the magic at the Eagles Nest, it's the real thing.
Absolutely. And I was at that game. That was kind of the beginning of our run for the state championship for those girls, and they had a great run, and they were able to bring the ring home. But absolutely, and I can bring that up with our guys. We play pretty well at home.
Yep.
And they're more of a finesse team. Gina came in here and beat the tar out of us, but they're a physical, hard run, just a running team where Kinder's a little more wide open and finesse, and like I said, they're really coached well, man. And so they got Daniel Scully over there who kind of knows us a little bit. He's a Menard alum. So, we might throw a few new wrinkles at him. I don't know. We'll see.
Look, they'll be looking at it. Let's look back, because we do have a big night tonight. We want to cram the first part, or the second segment, into the first one here. We're going to talk about our cool play of the game. We'll talk about our Express Pros Lineman of the Week. That's our Southern Air cool play of the game. And Sabine State Bank provides us our Player of the Game sponsorship, so we're delighted to have that as well. So let's go back in and let's look at that cool play of the game. And Robert, you talked about that, and you said, man, this just jumped out at me.
It just jumped out at me. We were down 16-0. I felt like we needed a spark, and with special teams, and whenever they kicked off to T-Sam took it, down about 40 yards, something that we really needed to get a little confidence going.
In a game like that, you need a little spark, and that did get us going.
It got us going.
And T-Sam is one of those sparks that we rely on every Friday night, and Cutter's also back there, but he gave us a good spark right there, and it was a really tough, hard run. He broke some tackles, and he was able to get us in scoring position.
I think towards the tail end of the show, we're going to get a chance to talk to him and one of the others you told us about. So
we'll talk to T-Sam. He's our Mike linebacker, but he also goes on offense and play. He's one of the guys that we do have playing both ways. And then also number 16, Wyatt Hayward, he'll come up here too. They're both juniors. He's our strong safety. And they'll come up here and have a little conversation with y'all.
Well, when you have guys coming back, and there's a lot of football to go this season too, but knowing that you've got a pretty good nucleus, you lose a lot of seniors, but you've got a really good nucleus that's coming back.
Absolutely, we want to kind of get those guys' name out there also, and we also got a bunch of sophomores that we'll be dependent on. We depend on them this year, but obviously we'll be dependent on them next year. But we want to kind of give those guys a little bit of recognition.
Well, you got a big junior high group coming up, and we'll talk to them, talk to a couple of the coaches as well there. So that is the 40-yard kickoff return from T-Sam that had that, and that was our Southern Air cool play of the game. Now we move over Express Pros Lineman of the Week. Express Pros has always been that company that's been a part of what we do, that wants to reward that hard-nosed, hard-working, blue-collar type of player, and they do it with an offensive or defensive lineman each week.
Yeah, when you watch the intercut, you see Cooper Sullivan. Cooper Sullivan was cutting. He was bear crawling all night, and for the size that his size, he gets in and he just roots around and causes a lot of disruptions with that offensive line and causes havoc.
Absolutely. We got 3 sophomores that play up there on that defensive line. We've talked about them up here, but Cooper Sullivan does a great job. This is his first-year starter. He's up there with, Sawyer Brown, another, he got to play a little bit last year, and then we have Peyton Purcell on the other side. But he's if you're going to play nose guard or if you're going to play a shade in there, you're going to get double teamed probably 80% of the time. We play a lot of running teams, so they got to double team him, because if he's not taken out of the play, he's going to be in the play. And then, we coach him not to get driven out of there with double team. So he's going to cut. He's going to do whatever he's got to do to make sure that he's covering both his A-gaps, and he does it very well.
He does.
While we're speaking on linemen, and congratulations, of course, to Cooper Sullivan, do we have an update on Lane?
Lane missed the last game. He hasn't practiced this week so far, so we're just kind of making a game time decision.
There you go. Looking forward to him being back there, just having him back out there without a doubt.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. We did miss him on Friday night, but, guys got to step up. We've moved Cade Tassan over there to the center spot and kind of put Hayden Cade in there, and we'll do some different things, throwing somebody in there against the Vols. They had some big boys up there on that line.
Yeah.
We learned a lot from that game, and we'll just go on to Kinder, and if we don't have Lane, we'll be okay.
But look, you learn those times like that character for next season and next season and next season. Guys that you can go out there and practice and work your tail off in practice and all those, but game time, game speed's just a little different.
It's way different, and when you get into these late season games, it's hard to simulate some of these offenses that you're going to be seeing, but that's why you got to watch some film. And so also when you get late in the year, you get banged up a little bit. We've been kind of fortunate with injuries this year, kind of opposite from last year, but you get banged up, and the guys that has been playing on the scouts and playing the JV games and playing the twos, they've got to step up, and you've got to have those guys, especially in 2A ball.
And look, we've seen that respond pretty well this season too. Even did it when the illness got in. You had that week when a lot of folks were out too. So looking forward to seeing how those young men develop as well. So Sabine State Bank helps us honor our player of the game, and it's not necessarily the best stats or this, that. You'd have certain folks that you think you could name the award after on there, but each week somebody stands out just a little bit. And when I'll have to admit, when Robert told me about it, I went back and I had to watch the film a little bit more, and I was like, it's absolutely right. But it's not one of those names that maybe I hear a lot. But tell me about that, Coach.
Yeah, Jacob Janice, he's our outside linebacker. He's going to be the player of the game. He's probably could have won this award a couple times. He's one of the leading tacklers in the state. I think he was in the top 5 there for a while, and I know he may be in the top 10, but he's just a hard, rugged player. He's very physical. He's one of those guys who's a little banged up right now, but he goes every Friday night and goes as hard as he can, and we depend on him a lot, and he deserves this award.
Look, that's kind of what you look at when you see that true Eagle spirit, because we've talked all season long. This is what the 8th show that we've done, and each week it's about somebody that is digging down deep inside and putting out that extra effort, because you're right, in 2A ball, you got to step up. You got to step up.
Sometimes we've asked Jacob this year to go over to the offense a little bit and play a little bit of be-back and block a little bit. He's also carried the ball a couple of times, but whatever we ask of him, he's got to do, and he's passed to play some special teams too.
Look, that's absolutely great. So congratulations, Jacob Janice. You are a Sabine State Bank Player of the Game for Week 7. Oh, it's hard to believe we're in Week 8 already.
I can't believe it. I told you these weeks go by very quickly.
Look, the show does that as well. We're rolling on towards our second segment. When we come back from our break, we're going to get Mr. Gatlin up here, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about future Eagle Night. Of course, we've got the junior high that we're going to talk to. We've got our players that we're going to talk to, so we're going to jam all of that in before we get out of here tonight. Don't go anywhere. Join us at Brocato's. You still have a little bit of time. Big shout-out to Brocato's and to 3 Potato More for helping put on the Eagles Nest Coaches Show. We'll be right back right after this.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
And we're back. It is the Eagles Nest Coaches Show here from Brocato's. Big shout out to Brocato's, of course. And well, they're zinging through some dinners tonight. This is probably, I don't know if this is a bigger crowd than opening night with the cheerleaders because they brought a pretty big crowd.
Yep.
But this is certainly a good crowd tonight. This is
that's
amazing.
Good. Junior high football's out, so that's good.
Look, and that's kind of near and dear because you guys have a big event coming up Friday night.
We do. We have a Future Eagles night. We invite all of our Future Eagles, anybody interested in Menard, to come out, and we'll have some things set up for them to do. So, Future Eagles, come on.
What goes into that type of thing? Is it geared towards just those that are here, or is it geared towards people that are not necessarily at the school?
Anybody interested in Menard, come see what we got. Come see the community. We feel like anytime we can get people on campus to see the family communities, the atmosphere on a Friday night, see the cheerleaders, the dance line, the football team, the drum corps, everybody associated with that, it's good.
Look, and the parents get over here and see the tailgating. Yeah. They'll enjoy that.
They like that.
Look, we ran that latest commercial that you guys did, that little 2-minute video that you have in a lot of the things that we've done the last couple of days. And, man, it just tells a story about what Menard's all about. What went into making that?
We just want to tell people who we are. It's more than just a school. It's a community. It's a community that's been long-rooted in this central Louisiana. Great tradition, family, 3-4 generation families, and we want people to experience that. And it's just a little advertisement for us, but it's good. And the guy didn't come in and stage anything. He just videoed our kids in class and just got to hear the story a little bit.
So you just winged it? You just with what you show? Your monologue?
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. So there's a little teleprompter in there.
Look, those things are the greatest.
Yeah.
Indeed it is. Tell me a little bit about how this year's going just at Menard. I know, did you guys finish up the raffle already?
We did. We finished that up last night. We'll have the drawing tomorrow. The kids have a raffle party. If they sold so many tickets, they get to come in. We did reach our goals, so we'll have a day off of school. Our superintendent was informed of that today,
Saturday?
so she kind of like, ugh.
Saturday?
No.
You do it.
They earned a day, so we'll give them a day off at some point. But everything's going well. We're raising money. We got some projects fixing to go on. We had our distinguished alumni a couple weeks ago, and we had some big donors come in from that. So as a private school, we depend on those private donations, and it's good. Academics is good, good teaching, good kids, good families.
Look, I guess one of your two big fundraisers of the year, this one, and then, of course, the thing you do around St. Patrick's Day. When do you guys start working on that?
We had a meeting about it today.
Did you?
We started talking about it, and it's quite a production.
Look, it has grown so much from the first time. It was just right outside with about 10 people that were there, and now the last couple of times you've been over at the Riverfront Center.
Yeah, we outgrew Lanyap, and now we do it at the Riverfront Center, and we've had 300 or 400 people come in last year, and it's a big community thing too. But anything Menard does is geared around the community. People that aren't really associated with Menard, they want to come in and just kind of be part of what we're doing.
Right.
So it's good.
Look, we love the welcome that we've had, no doubt about it. Robert, I know you've enjoyed your time. You've talked about getting back over here to Menard. Tell me about your thoughts on.
It is a community. We talk about that word community. And this place, it means the word community. I mean, there's nothing else you could take away from it. We feel at home, and that's one thing we talked about with Landon and myself. We came over here and we just embraced it.
Yep.
And we, we love it here.
Yep. Well, Lynn Roy, our Institutional Advancement Director, she does the image and branding of Menard. And she is tremendous. She's a professional. Everything she does is first class. And, it's even taking care of the people up in the concession, up in the press box. So, but everything we do, we have a purpose behind it. And everything we do is an advertisement for us, and so that's the way we see it. So.
Look, and that's, I think, how all of this goes hand in hand. I think you said you wanted to get your assistant principal up here, too. Is that?
Yeah, she's a little camera shy, though.
She's
she didn't
still
want to
not coming up here.
They kind of run the place behind the scenes, and they put me on the camera, and sometimes they tell me what to say, sometimes they don't. So. Look, she's looking over here laughing like she doesn't want to come over here.
She's still not coming up here. Yeah, I get that. So tell me a little bit more about this future Eagle Night, what you guys have in store for them, because that's kind of the bulk around this Friday night's big game that's already going to be a big game.
It is.
With Kinder coming to town. But as a future Eagle, what can they expect if they need to come out to the game?
They just come out and see what's going on. They can, 75% of our kids are involved in something. We want them to see that. We want the parents to come with their kids so they can see the community atmosphere, the family atmosphere. One of the few places in the state of Louisiana you can bring your kids and they just kind of run around and play. You don't have to watch them very closely. Sometimes I wish they'd watch them a little bit closer, but they don't. So, but they get to come around and play, and they can hand their kids $10, go to the concession stand, and it's a real safe environment. So, in addition to that, we have senior night. We're going to recognize our seniors from football, cross country, drum corps, dance line. I believe that's it. So,
look, here's what I'd tell those younger folks that are watching too. It was like that when they were sitting here on a junior high night. That 4 years goes pretty quick.
It goes very fast, and I'll tell them the older you get, the faster it goes.
Oh, gosh, there's no doubt about this. I keep saying, man, we're in week 8 already.
Yeah.
And it seemed like we just started. Going back to where you said you let the kids, they can come in and they can just run around. You go to a lot of schools on there, it's the third quarter, and you're making that announcement, hey, call your parents to come get you.
Yeah.
Call your ride. Do y'all do that here?
No.
Y'all don't make that? That's what our – look, that's –
no announcements like that.
That's when you know this stuff. It's the third quarter and say, look, if you need to call your parents, call them now and get them here.
Doug, we were talking about the Friday nights, also the gumbo cook-off as well.
That's right. I forgot about that.
The gumbo cook-off Friday night. So if you want – the food is great, and we're treated very well in the press box.
Yep.
Thank you for everybody that does that. But I can tell you what, it's going to be some good food on Friday night.
It is. It's. I think there's 6 or 7 teams. They get together, they make their gumbo, and then we have some judges. We give away an award.
Well, about this judges thing, how did that?
They're looking for judges if you're interested.
I'll be out of town
you'll be busy.
I'll be out of town that day. I think Rustin.
We'll let Robert do it.
There you go. Look, they need to bring the camera down there and film Robert tasting the different gumbos.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
Look, they try to bribe the judges, whoever. They'll throw some money out there. Hey, we want to win this year. So, but it's a good event.
So, is it a lot of the same cooks? Is this the first year?
No, it's been going on for years. It's a tradition that Menard's had, and. Yeah, there's some guys that come in. City Councilman Jim Villard is one of them. He'll be out there cooking, and there's a lot of dads come in, but it's a lot of old-timers. They come in, and they challenge for that trophy every year, so it's fun.
Look, I can only imagine some of the incidentals that go along with the day that they're out.
Yeah.
That they're out cooking.
Yep. No, and they're out there early, so they're out there for a long time, so it's good.
Well, what an exciting time. Principal Chris Gatlin, we appreciate you taking an opportunity to stop by. The future is certainly bright here at Menard. You got a lot of great folks, and we invite you to come out Friday night, come out for the gumbo cook-off, come out for future Eagles night, come out and see what it is to be a part of the Menard Eagles family this Friday night.
There you go. Thank you, guys. Thank you again, 446. Been great to us, and wish you guys the best and look forward to continue working with you.
Thank you, sir. We'll be back right after this. We're going to bring Coach Lyons up here. It is time for junior high night when we come back.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view and gear up in our pro shop. Ready to elevate your golfing experience? Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
At Louisiana Athletic Club, we believe in keeping fitness affordable. We're proud to offer the most extensive fitness options in the area, all at an unbeatable price. From group fitness and childcare to heated pool and family-friendly amenities in 2 convenient locations, we've got everything you need to stay fit and active as a family. Join Louisiana Athletic Club today, where quality fitness meets affordable pricing and everyone can thrive. Find your fit at louisianaathletic.club.com.
And we are back to Brocato's. It is the Eagles Nest Coaches Show, and this big crowd that is in here tonight is the Menard Junior High that is there, and we've got a lot of members of that football team, and head coach Lyons is here with us too, and welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Look, it's great. What a great bunch of guys you got out here.
Oh, look, they take the whole family thing real serious, and you can see that when they're all here with their parents and everything else. It's a good group of guys.
I could tell when they got through eating because it got loud again. It got quiet there for a little while.
They take their food seriously, too.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Football and food and family. There you go. That's it. So tell me a little bit about how – I tell you, first of all, introduce who you have here with you.
So this is Pierce Tassan.
Okay.
He's our starting center, and this is Patrick Lyons. He is our starting running back. And they both play – so in junior high we have, number issues. So
right.
We have most everybody plays both ways, so they both play both ways. Pierce plays on the defensive line, and Patrick plays linebacker.
Okay, so running back and linebacker, and then offensive and defensive line. Well, that's a battle out there, too, playing both sides of the line, huh?
Yes, especially in the trenches.
Look, does it bother you having to do that?
No, not really. I mean, I don't mind it. I'll go both ways if I have to, just whatever it takes.
Look, that Menard mindset sets in early, doesn't it?
It does.
That's good stuff.
How did
it go this year running the football? How was that?
It was different from last year. With the 8th graders from last year were not. They weren't really I wasn't connected with them that much.
Right.
I was connected with this group more.
You see that in these high school guys. Every one of them talks about family and brotherhood. And so you saying that you're seeing that a little bit more as you're getting used to the team and the team's getting used to each other.
Yeah.
What do you think that does, Coach, to bond everybody as they move up into the upper grades?
Look, to get all these kids on the same page and buying into the program and what we're doing in development and everything like that, it's key because as they grow, they move up to high school. They go from 8th grade, they're the top dog, and then they go back to freshman year,
right.
And they're back on the bottom again. And it's almost like restarting. And but we try to do a lot with the program, with the high school program. We take a lot of cues from their coaches and everything. So they're very familiar with what they're getting into when they go up to high school.
That's got to be such a benefit because this way, when they're normally your freshman year, you're just learning everything. Your sophomore year, now you're getting established. But by the time they become freshmen, they're already a couple of years into the system on there, and that's gotta work wonders.
Right. They've heard the plays, they've seen the plays, they've seen the schemes, they've learned the language, and so when they get to high school, they're I like to think they're a step ahead because they've already seen all this.
I'm going to ask you both a question here, since you both play both sides of the ball. Favorite side of it, offense or defense?
That's hard. I'll probably go defense because there's not as many rules to hold you back. Kind of do whatever. You have a little bit more free will.
Does it help you on the defensive side, the work you do on offense, or does it work on the offense that you help you on defensively? Are you knowing what maybe some other guys are going to do, and you can adjust to that?
Yeah, going both ways it definitely helps you read the offense better when you're on defense because you've seen it from both sides of the ball. So you can pick up on some little key things on the way they line up, and especially on the line most of the time when someone's about to run block, they'll have a lot of pressure on their front hand, and sometimes I can pick up on that, and then other times where they're pass blocking, they don't.
How old are you? What grade are you in?
I'm in 8th.
And you're picking up on that ball. That's good. That's really good. How about you, running back or getting to hit or be hit?
Getting to hit. I like being linebacker.
Right.
It gives me experience for high school.
No, absolutely. And there'll be a lot of hitting. You'll see a lot of it this Friday night too. Coach, what is it about this group this year that you saw? Tell me about the season.
We had a pretty good season. The thing that I saw that was the best that makes us successful as coaches, and I have to give it a shout out. We have a good coaching staff. We've got a couple guys.
They can't see behind Coach Cortland there. That's the
yeah. But they're all here too in support. Justin DeKaiser and Robert Tassan, Alan Lacombe. We have a great coaching staff, and we all are focused on getting these guys prepared for high school. This year's junior high team, they gelled so good together. It was a great team. We never had any issues with any of it. The 8th graders did a great job they've been here before. They saw this last year.
Right.
And so they did a great job at taking the 7th graders under their wing and, doing a good job of teaching them what's expected from us, because we coached last year, so they did a good job of teaching this is what's expected, and this is how we play, and this is what we're going to do, and everybody just bought into it.
Look, and that's just that's so beneficial as they make their way, because again, a lot of times you'll see people come into their freshman year and have never played a snap of football before, and you guys are already entrenched in the Menard Eagle mindset and the Menard Eagle way, and that's just that's got to work wonders on there. So when do y'all get started back as you'll move into your 9th grade year? When you already working out some?
Yes, sir. Me and PTO especially have been trying to make an effort to stay after practice and work out.
Look, you can't teach that. You can't teach that.
One of the cool things that Menard does is when these guys finish their junior high season, so the 8th graders they're practicing with the high school now. So our season's over, but the 8th graders have moved up. Now they practice, they run all the individual drills, and they learn. They just get exposed to a lot more what the high school's doing, and so next year they're just that much further along.
How different is it going from the junior high season to now you're working out with the high school side?
It's definitely different, because I feel like I definitely got to get used to new people, new environment. 'Cause when you're in junior high, your team's a lot smaller, you're a lot closer, and they feel more like brothers, like a tight family. And now moving on to high school, it's you kind of got to relearn your brothers, and also you can build that bond.
Look, so is life, my friend. You could be doing that the entire way. How's it been since you've been out there practicing?
Like he said, it was different. It's been different, but getting to watch the high school play and be on the sidelines with them is pretty cool, and it's good, so we can know the plays and everything.
Well, there you go. Well, it ought to be a lot of fun out watching on Future Eagles Night, seeing what new group of guys. Guys, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that, Coach. I appreciate you guys coming out here. We've got another junior high segment coming up. I think a couple of your coaches are going to stop by. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll take a break of about 30, 45 seconds, and we'll get those two new coaches, and then we'll keep this rolling. Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back right after this. Junior High Night continues here on the Eagles Nest Coaches Show on 446 Sports.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
And we're back to the Eagles Nest Coaches Show here at Brocato's. Big shout out to Brocato's Breakfast and Lunch and Catering. And 3 Potato More, our friends there. Look, go by there. Every single thing is good over at 3 Potato More. So go by there and check that out. Coach, we swapped out here a little bit. 2 players, 1 coach. Tell me, who do we have here with us?
So this is Justin Kaiser. He's our defensive coordinator. So Justin and I have been coaching. We started at Prompt Sucker, which is a good feeder school.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Future Eagles Night, that's a great feeder school for Menard, and then we moved up, with our guys. So Justin's been the defensive coordinator with me for 4 years now.
Yeah, 5th grade.
Yep. Look, how has that been?
Oh, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
What has it been with those junior high kids? Because again, we've talked about it with the 2 young men that were here, is that they're learning the high school system already, and it's got to help them grow as young men in that. So.
Yeah, that's probably been one of the best parts of this is starting when they were so young and watching them grow and really turn into some, young men.
What do you see you guys doing? I mean, are they out at the Friday night football games when the season's on? How has that support been for them?
So a lot of our kids will be, they're on the sidelines. They're ball boys. They do film sometimes for the high school, but they're just exposed to it completely. And shout out to the high school coaches, Coach Perkins and Coach Morgan and Coach Julia. They do a great job of teaching us what they're doing and how they're doing it, so we can prepare these kids. I mean, that's what the junior high program is about, is preparing these kids to get to high school.
Almost makes you want to go back and pick up a younger group and just bring these
Well, we
groups
actually
up.
did that. We did that. So when we were in 5th and 6th grade at Our Lady of Prompt Sucker Church, or Prompt Sucker School, we went to the coaches and we asked them, hey, what are you looking for? And so they were gracious enough to teach us what they were doing, what they were looking for, and how we can make these kids better. And one of the things we did starting last year, we started in April with a workout program.
Goodness gracious.
So we started working these 7th and 8th grade kids out in April, and they worked all through the summer. We did 4 days a week for 2 hours. And they were committed.
Right.
They were committed. We had a great group of kids, 25, 26 kids showing up every day for
Look,
workouts.
That's big
and it
numbers.
wasn't an easy workout.
Yeah, that's big numbers. Look, one of the things that both of them said was that 7th grade was a little different. 8th grade now, there's a lot more of a bond on there. Is there that time where you see that switch flip and you go like, all right, now they're getting there. They're ready to go.
Yeah, I was excited for this year because I knew the 8th grade class was going to be some great leaders, and we saw it their 6th grade year at Prompt Sucker with those 5th graders who are now the 7th graders. But I mean, they did a great job.
So you guys have been at the junior high now how long?
This is our 2nd year with Menard.
So you had an 8th grade group that went up. Mm-hmm. How is it seeing some of those guys that are freshmen and freshmen, I guess, that are contributing at that level?
Oh, it's great, and for the last couple of weeks, we've been able to work with some of these guys, and it's great to see this little group right here at this table. some of them play, they get a good playing time, and some of the things that we've learned, and then just to be able to step on the sidelines, and when we see them doing something, to be able to say, hey, move your feet this way or that way, and just to coach them, and they've been coached by us before, so they recognize that and they respond well to it.
Look, that's so good. What does next season look like, that group that's coming up now, as those 7th graders move to 8th graders and the younger guys are coming up? What does that look like?
Oh, I think they're going to be great. I think they're going to be good. I think the 7th grader, I think his 8th grader is going to be great leaders.
Look, that's just, I don't think that enough emphasis can be placed on how important that is, because I know I sound like a broken record with it, but time you're a freshman and you've already had 2-3 years worth of this work, man, you stepping on there ready to go, and that just builds the future, the future team as they get into high school and they start putting some special things together.
Absolutely. And I've always said that every few years there's that one special class that comes through, but this 8th grade group I see that as a special class, but this 7th grade group, they're the same. They're that special class too. So it's going to be fun to watch them for the next several years, 4 or 5 years, going through Menard High School.
Look, I know it's an exciting time without a doubt, and seeing it pay off, I can only imagine when this group that you had last year, they were 8th graders this year, you're seeing them on senior night, which is coming up here. I got to believe it's going to be an emotional evening without a doubt.
It's going to be good.
Well, guys, keep doing the hard work that you're doing and keep doing it well. We appreciate you stopping by and bringing everybody out for junior high night as well. Did everybody enjoy the chicken tenders and such?
Yeah,
I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any go to waste.
Nobody put any back. That's exactly right. Well, you guys are welcome here anytime. It's great seeing you out here. Of course, following along the softball that we did too. I did see Amelie that was out here tonight too,
here.
And so
she came in just for this.
Did she? Well, there you go. Where's she at school at now?
UL.
There you go. That's awesome. Well, it's great to have her back. She's got that big ring on.
Yes.
There you go. Well, guys, don't go anywhere. Coaches, thank you. Coach Justin, thank you very much. We will be back. When we're back, Coach Perkins rejoins us, and we'll talk to some of the players, and we're rolling right through the Eagles Nest Coaches Show live from Brocato's right here on 446 Sports.
At Louisiana Athletic Club, we believe in keeping fitness affordable. We're proud to offer the most extensive fitness options in the area, all at an unbeatable price. From group fitness and childcare to heated pool and family-friendly amenities in 2 convenient locations, we've got everything you need to stay fit and active as a family. Join Louisiana Athletic Club today, where quality fitness meets affordable pricing and everyone can thrive. Find your fit at louisianaathleticClub.com.
All right, get this straight. Here we go. We're back here to the Eagles Nest Coaches Show. Coach Perkins, we got a couple of junior Eagles that are playing a big part on this year's squad here. Who we got here?
Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, wow, here. Sam Brocato.
Okay, we got number 20, Sam Brocato. He plays the Mike linebacker. He plays a little bit. He plays offense. Plays H-back. And we got Wyatt Hayward, number 16, plays strong safety, and he also plays offense.
He's my backup.
So,
he's your backup?
Yeah, he backs up T-Sam a little bit.
Now, T-Sam, where'd you get the name T-Sam from?
It's because I'm Sam the Third.
Sam the Third, okay.
So it's like petite.
Oh, petite. So
Yeah.
we're not saying like Trey Brocato, so we're just going with the T-Sam is okay. I wanted to ask your mama where, T-Sam came from, so now I know.
There you go.
Now, Hayward, how long have you been playing ball here in Menard?
Since 7th grade.
Seventh grade. So
5
you're
years.
probably part of this young Menard High School group, junior high, that worked your way up and seeing these young kids,
Yes,
growing up. So you're a Menard. You've seen it all, hadn't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, how's it been? Tell us a little bit about this 2025 season for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been good. I've been playing ball with these guys since 5th grade, and it's like I really enjoy the team and just being a part of everybody.
T-Sam, what about you, bud?
Yeah, it's been a really great season. It's pretty fun. You usually think that by this time in the football season, teams will be burnt out, but I mean, I don't think we have anyone that's really burnt out at all.
Okay.
So you guys have T-Sam, you played a lot when you were a freshman. You got to start last year. So with that experience, how does that help you as a junior playing on this team?
I feel like my freshman year, it helped me just to, for the game not to be so fast, and then help me develop faster. So now, sophomore year, it was slowed down, and this year I feel like I can kind of understand everything more and kind of try to call some stuff on the field.
All right, Wyatt, same thing. You started last year. Now you're in your second year. I know, and I talk about it a lot, that once you get into your second year of high school ball, kind of, like he said, things kind of slow down a little bit. Has that happened for you?
I feel like I understand the game more, like what's happening in the game, like it's your experience.
Okay, then both of y'all start on defense, obviously. Y'all are like big parts of what we do. So defensively especially, obviously you two guys like playing on defense. Won't you explain to all these people what kind of player you are, T-Sam?
I like to, I don't really know how to explain what kind of player I am. I just like to hit people.
Okay, so you're a physical player.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So T-Sam loves to hit people.
Okay.
Sometimes I got to back him off a little bit in practice.
Yeah.
Hitting our guys. Wyatt, same way. Wyatt will knock the heck out of you also. But that's the way we coach him. That's the way we want to play. We think it can intimidate people a little bit. Both these, and we got several other guys on the defense that are very physical also. So they bring a certain tempo, but a certain attitude over there also. So that's what we like about these guys. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Friday night. Okay, so we got a one-game losing streak. We're still 5-2. District championship is still in play. So how are we feeling about this game?
Yeah, I'm ready for Friday night. Ready to see what they got.
Okay, obviously they got some good players. They beat the tar out of us last year, right, at their place. So now we're at home, where we usually play pretty good, coming off a loss. So do you think that loss may help us somehow in this game?
Oh yeah, I want revenge on them.
Okay.
I want to. I feel great about the game. I feel like we have a really good chance to win.
Absolutely. Now, obviously defensively, we've got to come up with some different things to do against them, and hopefully we will. But we got to get some turnovers. Obviously, you may be a part of that. Don't want to kind of give away too much of what we're going to do tomorrow, Friday night. But Wyatt, why don't you explain how you feel about playing the number 6 team in the state?
No, I'm confident. I'm confident in the defense we have playing for Friday. I think we're going to be able to do good.
Okay, now, how about off the field? What do you guys like to do off the field?
That's where I wanted to go with. I always like to ask a question. I asked a lot of the seniors, what teacher here at Holy Savior Menard has molded you to where you are today?
What teacher?
What person has really,
He's looking around.
Yeah, he's looking around here.
I don't really know what teacher has molded me. But I'd say my favorite teacher right now is probably Miss McKay.
Miss McKay, what does Miss McKay teach?
She teaches English.
English, there you go.
Yeah, just saying she just teaches English, it seems like it kind of doesn't give it enough credence on what she really does. Yeah, she's an English teacher. She's also an English professor, so she's a mainstay at Menard, a 20-year or longer. So when you get in her class, you're really in English class.
Wyatt, same question, bud.
I like Miss Batto. If I talk to her inside class, outside class, I can always talk to her.
Now, what does Miss Batto teach?
Math.
Math. She's a math teacher. So we got an English and a math teacher here. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so beside academics, obviously y'all do well in academics. What about out there? What do y'all like to do? And I heard y'all talking a while ago about stuff, so go ahead.
Yeah. What do you like to do?
I like hunting and fishing. That's pretty much.
Same way, hunting and fishing.
What type of hunting? We just started squirrel season. Are you a squirrel hunter? You duck hunter? Deer hunter?
Deer and duck.
Deer and duck. Are you a bow hunter, like shooting a rifle, or it doesn't matter?
Rifle.
Nah, he misses still.
Oh, he misses still. Here we go. Here we go. What about you, T. Sam?
I'm a big duck hunter. I like duck hunting.
Duck, like I said, duck hunting. Any particular wood duck? You like teal? Mallards?
I like shooting mallards.
Oh, you like shooting the greenheads.
These guys like getting away from the house and going out and just doing stuff. That's what these cats like to do.
Yeah.
Well, good.
And why don't you like going deep sea fishing and all that kind of good stuff?
Like going offshore.
Absolutely.
It's good because me and Landon had the opportunity. We went to Venice one time and we had a blast. So
okay, T. Sam, one other question about football. Okay, so your dad is one of the coaches, right? So he's running the defense. How's that for you? You got your son, he's the daddy, he's running the defense. How's that?
I feel like it puts a little bit of pressure on me just to make the right plays, not be the one to mess up.
Gotcha. And also we have another coach that has a son playing also, and kind of the same things go on. Do y'all get into discussions at home about things at practice?
Yeah, we'll talk about what we thought practice was like. We'll talk about film. I'll try to sometimes get an insight on what we're doing this week before we start practice, those kind of things.
To me, it's a good combination because we got like the defensive coordinator and then the guy who's calling the defense all in the same house. So, they're talking a lot.
Yeah.
So when we get out there on the practice field or on the playing field, it's kind of just second nature for what he's going to do. So that's kind of a unique situation we have.
Now, Wyatt, we were talking about, on the defense, you love hitting people. So you play strong safety free, or what do you?
Strong safety.
Strong safety. So you're one of the big hitters, then, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
What was y'all have a favorite game we've played this year? I know we had some big wins. So,
St. Mary's.
I was happy about the St. Mary's win and the Buckeye win.
And the Squirrel Bowl and the Bishop's Bowl.
Yeah. My cousin plays for St. Mary's, too, so I got to say I beat him.
Absolutely.
I thought they were some kitty cats.
You got to have bragging rights.
You got to have bragging rights. Well, guys, best of luck Friday night as the Eagles, we're going to take this win we're going to knock out that number 6 team in the state, the Kinder Yellow Jackets, when they come up here Friday night. So we're looking for big things from both of you, Friday night. And I want to thank both of you for being here with me and Coach and, tell us a little bit about yourself. When you come back, we're going to talk to Coach Perkins about the upcoming game Friday night with Kinder. So you're watching the Eagles Nest Coaches Show, live from Brocato. We'll be right back.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
And we're back to Brocato's final segment here at the Eagles Nest Coaches Show. And Coach, big Friday night coming up. Tell us about it.
Well, you know, it's senior night.
Yes.
It's our 5th game of the year, if you can believe that, at home.
Wow.
Even though it's week 8. So senior night, we also have the gumbo cook-off.
Are you judging that, or what's the?
I'd love to judge it, but I don't think I'm going to have a chance to judge that. But we're looking for some judges. I'm not sure if we got those guys all yet. So today I heard that we need some judges for that gumbo
So
cook-off.
we're going to get Robert with the camera and somebody to film what's going on down there and sampling as well. So when does the judging go on?
I like that. It goes on around 6:30ish, something like that, you know. But
so here's what I'm proposing is that we have a little taste off around 2:30 or so.
I like that.
Before I head out of town, we can come by there.
Well, those guys will be out there cooking, you know, from about noon. They usually get out there. So
look, that's later than when they start tailgating. They're usually there for breakfast.
Absolutely.
What a great crowd, though, that comes out for that. And I think Mr. Gallen said y'all had 7 or 8 teams in that.
We usually have 7 or 8 teams in that. Actually, my son's going to be in that sucker. He's won it before, but about 7 teams, you know. And then at the end of the night, after it's all judged, we'll sell all that gumbo and make us a little money.
It's very competitive.
It's very, very competitive. The people that don't win get kind of mad about it. You know, and if they haven't won in a couple of years, boy, they let you know about it.
That
so
could
it's
be
a serious
why you
thing.
have trouble getting judges. Somebody might not want to put the seal of approval on that.
Maybe so, but hey, it's a great event for us. And also it's senior night, and we've got a lot of seniors, you know, not just the football players, but, you know, we're doing the fall sports. So that'll take about 30 minutes. I think that's at 5:50-ish, and it'll go to about 6:20. So we'll get those guys all recognized.
Normally we go on the air for that and cover those festivities. And so we'll have the camera out. We'll go live there, and then there'll be a little bit of a lull until they start the show at 6:30. But they will. So if we coordinate that, we'll make sure that we have the cameras rolling for that like we did for homecoming.
Absolutely, you know, and we want to get all these people on camera, and we appreciate y'all giving us that recognition, you know. So it'll take a little bit, but, you know, they deserve it. And the senior night is a special night here around Holy Savior. All respecting a good crowd. You know, Kinder, like we said, they're undefeated. They're first in district. You know they're going to bring a big crowd. They're a football little town.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to bring some people, so we're expecting a great night.
Look, it's going to be a lot of fun, Coach. We didn't get a lot of time to talk about them. Health-wise, everybody ready to go for this week?
Health-wise,
Lane?
Everybody's pretty good. You know, Lane will have a game time decision on him, but everybody else is ready to rock and roll, and we're going to need everybody because Kinder's a good football team.
Indeed they are. So come out for the senior night festivities that are out there. Starting 5:50 or so. Make sure that you get out early. The gumbo cook-off that's going to be on since around noon. I'll probably ease by there a little bit during the day just to visit.
They'll
and
love
make
to
sure
visit
everything. Make sure everything's going all right.
And you know, on that gumbo cook-off, you got to do everything out there.
So there's no bringing.
There's no bringing it. Everything's got to be done there. So you're going to make that roux and all that thing's got to be, you're going to cut your chicken up right there. So it takes a while.
Who's the guy that goes by and slaps the jar out of somebody's hand trying to use a jar roux?
Well, I don't know if you know Ralph Covington. He's one of my big guys who runs my concession stand, so he's kind of running it. So and Sam Giordano, he'll be out there doing it too. So
Who's the odds-on favorite for that? Is there a team to beat?
I think everybody that's in this has won it at one time.
Oh wow!
So it should
Tournament of Champions.
It should make for some fireworks.
Who was the champion last year?
Jim Villard.
Jim
Villard, and the year before was my son Zach Perkins. But Jim is out of town, so somebody else will take that trophy this year.
Wow.
Oh my! He's like, look, I don't want it. I
think he scooted out. I think he was feeling the heat a little bit. Jim, I got you, buddy.
Indeed, he does. Don't forget that'll get clipped up and sent out on there too. Coach, we appreciate you as always opening up your Eagles family to us. We enjoy being here on Wednesday nights and Friday nights, of course. Good luck to you. Let's go out there and beat Kinder.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
You won't be with us next week, so
That's right. I won't be with you next week. I am in a chili cook-off at our church. And normally when they have that fall fest, I don't go to it. We've got our shows, but the two brand new grandbabies that are 6 months and 4 months old, they're like, Dad, grandbaby's gone. I was like, I'll be there is where I'll be.
Absolutely. You got to be with them grandbabies. And since you said grandbaby, I want to get a shout out to my grandbaby out there in Pensacola, Ellie and Christian, and my wife Sabrina and Emily. They're all in Pensacola right now. I know they're watching, so hello.
Absolutely. I have an Ellie and a Roy. They're not watching. They're either sleeping, eating, or pooping is where they're at right now. Guys, that's going to wrap it up. Coach, thank you so much. We appreciate it as always. Robert Anderson, of course, Landon and Nick for making this thing go. John Wolf is, if I know him, he's out back somewhere. He's outside. There he is, right over there. I couldn't see him next to
He's running things.
Right. He's the coordinator is what he is. We will see you Friday night. The Eagles Nest is the place to be. We're going to start a little early because it'll be senior night. Pregame will start at 6:30, kickoffs at 7 p.m. Let's beat Kinder. Coach, there you go.
Let's do it. Go Eagles.
We'll see you next time on the Eagles Nest Coaches Show on 446 Sports.